Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm very chill, very
It
relaxed, hanging out at the cabin.
it's so cozy looking. I love it.
It's very cozy here. I've
So
just taken the dogs out for a little run on the beach in the morning. A little pebbly, but that's good exercise.
yeah.
And they love
Oh,
it. They were
good.
so good. They didn't run away. They listened when I called. It probably helped that I had a big handful of treats. So they were
I think that's
quite
always
excited.
helpful when you want to get your little pup's attention for
Yeah.
sure.
Definitely, definitely.
Definitely motivated by little treats.
They are. They're very food motivated.
Yeah.
Yes. Mochi will not listen to anything when she sees a treat. She's just so excited. She's just like, she'll
Mhm.
try all her tricks. She'll like spin around, then she'll lie down, then she'll say please, then she'll stand up, then she'll try to shake a paw, and she'll just be like, "Ah." I'm like, just wait until I tell you to do something. But
That's hilarious.
yeah,
She's
right
just
now
getting
she's
it all
giving me
out
the side
there
eye. She
for
is. She's just like,
extra bonus
which one's
treats.
gonna work? Which one's gonna get me the food? Anyway, how are you
Uh,
doing?
I'm good. Yeah, no
Good.
complaints. No complaints.
You
So,
look good.
yeah, finally, I think I've got a figured out system here. So
Yeah,
we'll keep fingers crossed that it'll continue to be that way. So,
wonderful. Yeah, your
yeah,
camera is very clear.
yeah,
Very
same
uh,
camera, just different lighting.
just crazy. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay, well, good
yeah,
job with the lighting.
yeah. Thanks. It only
Uh-oh.
took me. Oh,
Did you see that? It went blurry for a
I
second.
saw the
You
glitch.
said
I
that.
saw the little.
No.
Yeah, no, it only took me what, 2 years to get this figured out.
I don't know. Yeah, it's okay. Slow learners. It's no big deal. Yeah. IT is our problem all
Uh,
the time, but
yes,
whatever. We
yeah.
still managed to put out all these episodes, right? Like,
Yes. And hopefully the majority of people are actually listening to us rather than watching us. And,
hopefully.
yeah,
I don't know. Depends. It really depends. Some things that we talk about are easier when you're watching because
that's so
sometimes,
true.
like, I remember Vincent, for example, his baking scrap, his tip or trick was very visual. And so I was thinking about it afterward, like, of course, again, 2 years later, like, uh-oh, maybe we should have put some kind of descriptor in there as to what he was actually doing for the
Mm.
people who were listening. Who knows? Maybe we lost a whole slew of people there. Or convince people to go to YouTube instead.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
hopefully. I mean, it's fun to watch our guests as well. Like it's
I
just
think
so
so.
nice to see the personalities come through because I
Mhm.
think sometimes things get a little lost in translation.
Oh,
When you're just listening to somebody, it's kind of like the text versus a phone call, right? Like in
yeah.
texting, you kind of miss some of that context. And
Mhm.
sometimes when you don't actually see the body language or especially sarcasm, I think is it's challenging to understand the sarcasm when you don't
Yeah.
actually see all of
Everything that's going with
yeah,
it. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Not that we're
definitely.
sarcastic at all on baking scraps.
Just when you give me the resting judgment face.
And I told you it's not resting, it's
It's
active.
active.
It's an
Anyway.
active judging face. Okay, let's get that clear this
All
morning.
right. I think I'm going to have to close that curtain. I have the most beautiful view of the ocean here, but it is a little bit bright now that the sun has come out. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to close it off. But um, we have a very exciting guest today.
Oh, this
I'm
is
so
the
looking forward to it.
I am so looking forward to it as well. I mean, I think it's somebody that we've wanted to talk to for so very long. She was one of my favorites from the early season. I think she was season 2 of Great Canadian Baking Show.
Yes.
And yeah, and she's just fabulous. I loved her from week 1 onwards. Big fan, big fan.
Yes, agreed,
Do you know
agreed.
who we're talking about?
I hope somebody knows. It's Megan. Oh my gosh. I love Megan. I think she's
Me
so
too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I have wanted to meet her for the longest time. I finally got to meet her at the Edmonton auditions, very, very briefly. But she was so lovely, and she graciously accepted our invitation to come and to speak with us today. So I think we should just go ahead and let her in and say hello.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. Welcome,
Welcome, Megan.
Megan. Welcome,
Welcome.
Megan.
Hey.
Hello. Thanks
I'm
for
drumming my
having me.
feet in excitement because
Yes,
I'm literally so excited to have you here.
Oh, I've
me
been
too.
so excited since you reached out.
Oh,
Oh, wonderful.
wonderful. Yeah.
Yay.
This has been one of the things that since we started Baking Scraps, I was like, I really want to be in touch with Megan. I think that would be so awesome.
Oh, thank
When
you.
when I saw
Yeah.
you at the open call in Edmonton, I said that I was fangirling because literally, like, you have been such a big inspiration to me through my entire baking journey because I was very, very, very new to baking when Canadian Baking Show started. And watching you was like, oh my goodness, she is incredible. And I just
Thanks.
dreamed that one day I could be like you.
Oh my gosh, don't dream that. Your stuff is so good.
Oh,
You don't want this.
oh,
Oh
don't say
no,
that.
you are like your creativity is so out like unbelievable, and your artistry, like how the details that you are able to translate onto a cake are just mind-blowing, amazing.
Thank you.
In a
So
Thank you.
just
short
I
period
a
of
appreciate
big
time.
fan as well. I'm fangirling right now as we speak because you like like Lisa said, from week one of season two of Great Canadian Baking Show, I was like, oh my goodness, I love Megan. Just
Mhm.
incredible, incredible.
Thank you. Thank you. They really showcased me well. They edited me really well. I can tell you that much too.
Okay, okay.
I'm sure there was very little editing that needed to get done to showcase your extreme talent.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
I
this
had
is
a ton of fun on there. Like I think of it, obviously we all do every day, but it would be such a dream to be able to go back in knowing what you're ahead of this time. But
yes,
that's the
exactly.
whole game of it. You have no idea what you're walking into. So
I
Yeah.
know.
And
Well,
you
so
were
go ahead.
Oh, sorry. And you were one of the earlier seasons as well, season two. So
yeah,
we only had one of Great Canadian Baking Show. The internet was there, right? There was a bit of social media, but it was like still long enough away, like long ago, that it wasn't as prevalent as it is here for people reaching out and
for
making
sure.
those connections, learning from other people as much. Do you know what I mean? So I think
Oh
it's come
yeah.
a
That's
long
so true.
way.
Like the current seasons and like this new up and coming season, it's enviable how much backtracking they're able to do to kind of get prepared in a way. Like
Hmm.
I did watch season one, but out on the farm, we didn't even have cable, right? So I was just watching snippets and bits as much as I could. And I didn't even apply myself. One of my girlfriends kind of forced my application in.
Wow.
So I didn't think in a million years I'd get picked or stand a chance or anything. So it was very, very new to me.
Oh,
Wow.
incredible.
She
Well,
saw
Yeah.
something in you, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. She
well,
was funny about it.
that's
So,
very cool. So let's start at the beginning. Like, what got you into baking to begin with?
I mean, I kind of did it with my Grammy out on her farm growing up by Stettler, and she taught me how to do all the homemade canning and pickling and preserving in that way. But she also did a lot of pies and, the typical farmer grandma style stuff. So I really enjoyed doing it. And then when I had my first son, Zach, for his first birthday, I thought, how hard could this be? Like, let's just make a cake. It was horrible, like absolutely brutal. And it still comes up as a bloody memory on Facebook. I should delete it because it's painful to see, but it kind of brought that to my attention. Anytime I feel like I'm up against a challenge, I don't stop until I get completion of it, if that makes sense.
mhm.
So it kind of pushed me to try better, do better, and go bigger. So I did his first dinosaur cake with fondant for the first time. It was wretched. And then within a couple months, it was my brother-in-law's birthday. And that's when I decided to try and do that ridiculous 2 foot tall, 2 foot wide grizzly bear standing on a rock with PVC pipe bracing. And it was stupid, but it worked until it
Ambitious.
melted in the sun and fell everywhere because I didn't even consider that red velvet and cream cheese frosting in July plus 30 weather. It's not smart. So it looked like a bloodbath of grizzly bear everywhere.
Oh my goodness. That must have been an incredible sight though. Like,
Yeah, no, yeah, I mean, we all ate it off the ground and it was funny to laugh at, but it also taught me how to brace my cakes a little bit better.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like you were very ambitious right from the get-go. You know,
Yeah,
like a
smartly,
dinosaur
I'm not
cake.
sure, but well, no, it was just like a I don't know. I'll try and send you guys a photo. It's horrible.
Yeah. But I
Yeah.
mean, you were using fondant and you were early in your baking journey, so that's some people are very scared of trying
no
to.
kidding.
I tried to think of it as Play-Doh. I used to eat Play-Doh, but I tried to think of it as like working with Play-Doh. And yeah,
Yes,
I guess
yeah.
it's kind of similar in a way.
Yeah,
And
definitely is.
And you've
Yeah.
always been very artistic, right? Like you've always loved
Yeah.
fine arts and being
Yes.
creative. So do you do anything else? Like, are you like, do you paint? Do you do sculptures? Do you do anything like that? Or is cake or baking your medium?
Well, I started like in school, I took some sculpting with clay and some painting courses, and I loved every minute of it. I didn't pursue it any further after the one course that I took outside of high school. But then I got into hair, which is another realm of expressing creativity there
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
So my world's kind of always been based on that. And then a lot of my cake ideas truly started with like my dad's work because he was a big game taxidermist. So all the cool things that he had in the basement, I tried to turn those into cakes. And when they started working, then it just kind of took off from there.
Wow.
Incredible.
And so
Yeah.
then were you making cakes and stuff for all your friends and family? Like by the time your friend actually put your name in for the Great Canadian Baking Show, was that because you had become that person who just creates things
Yeah.
for everyone?
Yeah. Yeah. It was a really close to home kind of word of mouth, if you still thing at the time. But yeah, I did a lot of friends and families, cakes and birthday, wedding celebrations and stuff. So she was Susan Fleggs is her name, and she was Lois Santos. She pushed me into it. So
Well,
yeah.
thank you, Susan, for doing that,
Yes,
Yeah.
so that we
totally,
could
totally.
all be
Exactly.
witness to Megan's creativity. Because, I mean, I know it sounds like we're flattering you, but we seriously 100% like people have asked me in the past, oh, who's the baker that you they don't say idolize, but that is your favorite in this way or that way. And I'm always like, oh, I always come back to you, Megan, because I just really like you inspired me. Because I
Thank you.
was
I'm so
horrible at
happy.
the decorating, and your decorating was just, I don't know, beautiful, and you could do it in such a short period of time. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
Thank you. I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. My biggest thing was always like I'm not you try anyone that tries to order those fancy cookies with the hand piping on them, not a
Yeah.
chance. Like I do not have the talent nor the patience to do it, but
Right?
I can make you like messy marble looking decorated cookies.
Yes,
Sure. Just embrace kind of what your strengths are, and
for
mine's kind
sure.
of like a chaotic cluster of fun in a way. So
Yeah, exactly. That's a perfect way of describing it, a chaotic cluster of fun. I mean, that's
Yeah.
I feel like you are on the outside what I always wanted to be on the inside, but was like too scared, like the tattoos and the piercings and stuff. I always was like, oh, I love that. I want to, express myself that way. And then I'm like, but no, I can't.
one side of my body completely untouched from tattoos because then I can
Really?
still like, well, my dad calls it my classy side. So when we have family photos, he's like, Megan, turn your classy side to the camera. I'm like, okay.
That is hilarious. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
That's funny. So,
Yeah.
so Susan submitted your name. Did she tell you she was going to do that?
She kind of gave me a heads up. She's like, this is what I'm wanting to do. Like, do you want to pretty much read over it or I'll just send it in? And she has, her and I are very similar with our dry, kind of brash sense of humor in a lot of ways. So I was like, I should probably look at what she's planning before she sends it because goodness knows what she could probably say. And then, yeah, she was actually in, how they do the videos of at your house, kind of day in the life of so and so. She was in my hair salon chair that day
Oh,
that
oh,
they
that's
filmed that.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
She's great. She's so great.
Oh, that is so cool. We are so thankful for Susan to push you or give you that nudge to get your name out there and put your application in. And obviously, how did the rest of the audition? Obviously, it went well. But tell us a little bit about the audition process that you went through before getting into the tent.
Yeah, so we went to, if I remember right, it was at Nate here in Edmonton,
Yeah.
and it was a little different than they're doing it now. So the auditions, it was just a whole group of us. We all had what they called like a technical blind challenge thrown at us, and then they had cameras going around, and it was cookies. We had to make cookies. So, going into it, you're like, I can make cookies. But
Mhm.
can I make cookies with a camera in my face and these wonderful people asking me a million questions while I'm trying to make cookies? And it clicked shortly in that I'm like, oh, this is their plan to see if we're able to, hold a conversation or at least not even burst into tears crying with panic when a camera comes to your face. So that was ours. And then, I don't think we had a Zoom meeting to begin with. It was like a phone call. And then everyone was invited to this open audition.
Mm.
And then from there, it was just a waiting game. So yeah, we made cookies, got to bring home cookies and just wait. And then I remember finding out the boys were at school and I don't even know what I was doing, but I got the phone call and I just stood there waiting for everyone to get home. Like, I don't think this is real, but it's
Yeah, no
happening. Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah.
And then how did
Amazing.
you figure out everything with childcare? Because your kids were quite young still at the time,
They
weren't
were
they?
little.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So their dad, he owns a business. So it was pretty good that it worked out in our favor that he was able to, take the time if he needed to. But we
Hmm.
have a really, really good family village network around here that my parents live close, his parents live close, siblings, all of it. So
So good.
everyone just said, go, we got it.
So the village took care of you.
That's right.
Family.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Had you
amazing.
seen the Great British Bake Off before?
Again, cable farm, it
Yeah.
didn't really line up. So snippets online as well. I've watched, I think a few solid episodes of it. I love that show. I actually
Mhm.
ran into a few older ladies at Winners a couple months ago, and they recognized me and they were like, "We are huge fans of the British baking show, but your season was so fun." And so I
Aw.
took like that's a huge compliment coming from
Yeah,
diehard fans of the British baking show to like art.
definitely.
That's crazy good. Yeah.
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 Although Pedro Pascal loves the Great Canadian
I
Baking
know.
Show.
That's so
Just
funny when
saying,
I saw that interview. Like, yes. Yeah. Good.
right? So I think, and I think there's some truth to that. I think the Canadian one is just so wholesome and wonderful, and everybody is so supportive and just, it's not a competition. It's like a big love fest. And
That's exactly
supportive,
true. Yeah.
and so I think that really comes out even stronger than, not to say anything about great British Bake Off. I think it's still there are just a few characters there that are maybe a little bit harsher. Where I think it's just a very supportive family atmosphere
Yeah. Yeah.
in the Canadian one.
Oh yeah, for sure. It was such a team effort, I feel. And a lot of people, there has always been those people that are like, "What? There's no cash prize," and I said,
Yeah.
"But that's the reason that we were all working so harmonious together and lovingly on each other is because we weren't there to win $10,000, $20,000. We were there to have fun, learn,
Hmm.
and be together. So if someone was struggling, we all chipped in. And I don't think
Yeah.
you find that in a lot of other shows, like you just said too, right? So
Hmm. Yeah.
it's amazing for those reasons.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. So,
Yeah.
what was it like walking into that tent for the first time?
It was so terrifying. That thing is huge, by the way. Like
Oh.
you walk up to it and just all the cameras, all the crew standing outside, like it really sunk in how real this was because leading up to that moment, we submitted certain tools that are near and dear to our heart that we'd prefer to have in our repertoire and those kind of things. So, you had a lot of preemptive planning go into it, but walking up to that tent, it was staggering. And we all didn't really know each other too well at the time either, so you couldn't like grab onto someone and cry. But yeah, it
Yeah.
was it was so neat and it's so beautiful inside and just so cool. So neat.
So you would definitely do it again.
Oh, 100% I
Yeah.
would. Yeah, I think so. But I would really hope that it would be with people like when I did the holiday special, that was so like cool to be able to see Tim from my
Yeah.
episode or my season
Yeah.
and see him in person. Like, I mean, at this audition, getting to see Andre, I hadn't seen him since the finale.
Oh,
And we
wow.
kept in touch, but Andre and we had such a good, like great bond over
Hmm.
the whole show. Him and I just really had a lot of emotions between each. So to not see him for 8 years was
Yeah.
staggering, but it
Yeah.
didn't feel like 8 years either. So yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
right from when you left off, it was just like you hadn't been apart for 8 years. It was like
Yeah. Yeah.
connecting up with those good friends that time can pass and then you reconnect and it's like no time had passed.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And even like the same producers, like Meredith and all of them, they were there. And I mean, that's a testament to the show itself as well, right? Because if
Mhm.
they're holding on to these key people for so long, it just
Yeah.
shows how well run and like how good this thing is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's a fantastic group of people. And yeah, you're right, because it has been the same. I mean, obviously the hosts have changed, but they've been the same for a long period of time. The
Yes.
judges just, I mean, Kyla came along and then, but she's been here that whole entire time. And
Yep.
they've stuck with this great team. They've changed the people that I know, they've changed illustrator, they've hired some new casting people. But for the most part, I think that team is entirely intact, which is
Yeah.
pretty impressive, like you're saying.
Over like 10 years. That's insane
Mm.
for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
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 And they work so beautifully together. Like even just coming to those open calls and seeing the way that everybody is just flowing and they know their jobs and
Yeah.
they're loving it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they still make each and every single person feel so individual and special too. Even
Yeah.
though there's
100%.
hundreds and hundreds of people, they still give that love and they know how to do it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
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 It is.
They're great.
It's really magical.
it is. Yeah. No, it
Yeah.
is. It was a little, walking into the tent for the Christmas special in summer when we were like dying of heat. That one was a little like confusing walking in there because we were trying to be all festive, but like we're sweating our butts off. So that one was a little confusing, but good. Still magical.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Fair
definitely
enough.
still
Fair enough.
magical. Yeah.
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 So how has your life changed since you finished doing the show?
Well, baking definitely picked up for
Mhm.
sure. Like a lot of home orders and stuff. But then I wanted to get out of the house and stop just talking to myself. Once the boys were all in school, it
Yeah.
was, my brain was getting a little bit boring for my own self. So I got out into the workforce again and I started working as a cake decorator at one of our like big retail grocery stores here just for something to do. And then now I run the whole bakery. I'm a manager for it. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Amazing.
yeah, yeah. No, so it's good. It's busy and it's hectic and the shifts are crazy, but I'm proud of it, because
Yeah.
that show, I don't think I would have really honed into my baking as much until that show sh like taught me that I can in a
Yeah.
way. Because I learned so much. Like I knew nothing going in there. I knew how to make fondant cakes in the shape of a skull. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That's all I really knew how to do. So all of those technical bakes, I still
Christina's
don't know how I
arguably.
pulled that out.
Okay, the fact that you could do a skull cake and seriously, that first cake you pulled off the Day of the Dead one, that
Yeah,
you pulled off in week one of,
I know.
I was like, what? Mind blown, like absolute mind blown. I was like, oh, big props, big props. Like
Thank you.
that's crazy. And your cakes are incredible. Like I really, people aren't following you on Instagram or what have you. I think they should, because the cakes that you post on there are spectacular. And the
Thank
stuff
you.
that you do is just amazing. So again, creative, the skill that's required.
Thank you. Those kind of crazy ones, like the ones that I feel like are really in my wheelhouse. Like I did that 2 foot long fire ant a year or two ago. And when
Yes.
my neighbor approached me about it, she's like, my son likes fire ants. I'm like, I now love fire ants. Like this is perfect. But then I get, I still have the customers that use me for everything and I love that. But they'll be like, oh, I just want, a princess cake. And it's just those ones get me. The simple cakes,
Right.
they
Yeah.
break my brain because like the clean lines and the perfection, that stuff's hard for me when I'm just used to molding live animals kind of thing. So
That makes sense.
That's fair.
it's
Yeah,
interesting
that's
how it can go
Especially,
backwards. Yeah.
yeah. And especially if it's like a recognizable, like, I mean, obviously there's certain trademarks you can't really use, but if somebody's like, oh, I want a SpongeBob cake or what are those? I can't even remember. My kids are all grown up now and they don't
I
have
know.
TVs for me yet. So I'm like, I don't know what the current TV shows are,
I think
but
Bluey's big right
Bluey,
now.
thank you. Oh, I
Bluey.
love
Yeah.
Bluey. But
Yeah,
if
Megan
you
will
want a
know because
Bluey
she gets.
cake or you want any of the Disney princesses or anything like that, like the recognizable things where they have to look like a certain
I
thing,
know.
right?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
you don't get to have your delightful chaos in
I
that
know.
case
That's
because you
true.
have to stick to
Exactly.
these restrictions.
Yeah. And eyes are so hard. Like even at work when my girls do Cinderella or Elsa, frozen cakes are still
Yes,
huge.
Frozen.
Every
Yeah.
time they have to hand draw, which these girls are amazing. They are so talented. Every time they have to hand draw Elsa or Anna, they always look like they just came off of like the streets and their eyes are a little wonky because eyes are brutal to do. So we always call them the little junkie Elsa and Anna sometimes when they come up. But they're hard. Yeah.
That's really hard. I
Yeah.
tried to
Yeah.
do, what did I do? I did an Encanto cake one time. So, you know, a house absolutely covered in flowers, sure, I can do that, no problem. And then I have this little fondant figurine who's just kind of like, you know, kind of looking maybe like she's, you know, trapped in a tower for
Right?
having done very bad things.
That's right. Oh, I love it. So
So
so true. Yeah.
And yet people are so happy to get it. I don't know.
For the
There's
most part, yeah,
yeah,
right? Like they're
yeah.
just happy that they didn't have to do the work. And I feel that because sometimes my boys now, I'm like, okay, what cake do you want this year? And they're like, we just kind of want a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. And I'm like,
That's my
oh my
boy.
gosh,
Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I will gladly
so
buy you two. Yeah.
I'm
you're okay with that. You're okay with the boys asking for a Dairy Queen cake, ice cream
You know,
cake.
the first couple times I let my ego get in the way and I
yeah.
was like, what do you mean you don't want one of your mom's cakes? But I get it. Like they see them all the time, so it's not
Mhm.
something wild to them. And Dairy Queen ice cream cakes are unbeatable. They're so
They
good.
are. They
You're
So,
not wrong.
absolutely
Yeah.
are. My
yeah.
Crunchy
only
center.
so
No,
good.
me
My
too.
only
Yeah.
TikTok video that ever went anywhere like near being viral, which is not saying much because okay, my TikTok video that had more views than any other one was the one where my son said for my birthday, I just want a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. And then I was just like, and then went ahead and made the ice cream, made the filling, you know, did
Nice.
everything, decorated it and presented it to him, pretending that I, you know, was giving him a Dairy Queen ice cream cake. And he said, see, you didn't have to go to a lot of work for me. Of course, he knew all along it was me making it, but that was the
That's funny
only
though.
video that people actually were like, "Oh, this is great." So
That's so
I don't know
smart.
how to
I love it.
recreate that, but that was a fun year. But yes, it's expensive to try to remake it, so don't do that.
I
Just
bet.
buy
I
it.
mean, they're expensive on their own, but like to get all the
Yeah.
stuff in between, yeah, that would be a lot.
Yeah, it was fun though. It's still
Yeah.
fun
That's
to see if you
what
can
a good
make it
idea.
taste as good. Yeah, thanks.
It's a good challenge.
Yeah, I'll have to repost that and see if people like it again. But
Yeah, I want to see
it's
it.
if you're
Yeah, same,
interested in
same.
getting going viral on social media, geez, I don't know how people do it. Like it's,
Not either.
but
Yeah.
that's not what
I
we're here
think my like most viewed video was when I was singing to the bottle of Bombay gin. Like yeah, I don't know. I
I
mean, it
don't know
was
if I've
funny and
seen
I
that.
kind
What
of
were
did
you
it to
singing?
Dolly Parton, that like islands in the, I think something like that. I don't know. There was like
Streamer.
a trend
Yeah.
that was going around where
Okay.
people were doing it to stuff. And I don't know. Anne from my season, her and her husband Ted had just come to town and he left gin at my house. And I had never tried gin before.
Yeah.
So I tried some with them. And then I'm like, oh, I like this. And then I made that video. And then even my mom was sharing it. And I was like, oh God.
Oh, that's
Okay.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine was 4 ways of eating a cupcake.
4 ways of eating a cupcake. There's more than one way of eating a cupcake.
Yes. Yes, apparently.
We're waiting for
Um,
you to expand on this, Christina.
Okay, well, the first way is, using a fork and knife, the British posh way. The second way
My mom's
is
way.
is just taking it all in one bite. The third way is actually making a sandwich out of it,
yeah,
like
right.
cutting the
Okay.
bottom, sticking it on. It's the Duff Goldman way, right? And eating it that way, which is my preferred way of eating a cupcake. And the fourth way is like Cookie Monster, just shove the whole thing in your mouth.
Did you have to eat the cupcake every time when you showed it?
Yeah.
Nice.
So I had 4 cupcakes.
Exactly.
I was
That's
tired of eating
awesome.
cupcakes at the end.
Oh, that's funny. That's so
That is
good.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's funny. You never know what's going to be trending. I'm going to have to
Yeah.
look at both of your videos now. So let's all repost them. See how
I
fun
don't even, I haven't touched alcohol in forever. So it would be my friends and family
people
would
would
all
be
be like,
shocked.
wait, yeah.
Too funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I forget where I was going because now I'm thinking about social media and ice cream cakes and all kinds of stuff. Christina, take over.
Take over. All right.
I'm at the cabin. I'm in lazy mode.
So now
Um,
so now that you're actually working in the industry, do you see baking differently now?
Yeah, like what being that we're such a big store and so busy, like we're making 600 loaves of bread a day minimum, and
Oh my gosh.
it's a whole different world than me just making buns for dinner at home and that kind of stuff. So it's really fascinating the assembly line that we can get done because we're a full scratch bakery too, right?
Oh,
So
amazing.
everything is made with our hands, which is such a pride
Wow.
thing as well. This crew of mine is incredible, but it has, yeah, I mean, I'm learning every day. Learning what I like, learning what I don't like. There's not a lot of things that I don't really like. I don't think the vintage cakes kind of strike a
No
nerve
lemon
a
cake.
little bit, yeah, a little bit. But
Yeah. We
but like
feel ya.
the baking side, it's fascinating. It's so cool, live yeast and the
Mhm.
magic of science. It's
Hmm.
wicked. So
It's
Yeah,
pretty amazing. So,
incredible. How lucky though is it for the community that you're in to have access to such beautifully handcrafted products
oh, thank
available
you.
in a grocery store? Because that doesn't happen very often anymore
Yeah,
in
I
a
mean,
major grocer.
it's Leduc, right? So we're smallish, and so there's not a lot of like exciting stuff. So I get recognized still a
mhm.
ton, and
Yeah.
I have to still remember to brush my hair and my teeth before I go out in public. So, when I first started there, and there was a lot of customers that were like, "Oh my gosh, this is so cool." And they still come back and they still talk about the show and how fun it was to watch and this and that. So, I think it's pretty cool because Co-op, even before I started working there, they started featuring me in their magazines for recipe development.
Oh, that's
So,
awesome.
yeah, so
Nice.
co-op's kind of been a big part for about 8-ish years now or 9 years now in my life. So,
That
yeah.
sounds so
That's
great. Were
fantastic.
they doing everything from scratch before you started managing the place?
Yeah, yeah. So this location has always been scratch, and the world that we live in now is really trying to push away from that. It's a dying
Mhm.
breed in a way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah.
the head honchos, great people, but they're trying to streamline, make things faster,
Mm.
make things cost efficient, even though scratches will always be more cost efficient.
Yeah.
But just they're trying to get us to go to like a bakery where you get your stuff in frozen, you thaw it and bake it. And it's still amazing products, but we've
Mhm.
really dug our heels in. And I think we're known throughout all of the co-ops for being a little bit too stubborn and not letting that infiltrate the bakery. So I have
Yeah.
a baker, like my main mixer, Carl. He has been with the company for over 20 years. And
Wow.
I can't even imagine if I ever tried to approach him and being like, we're just going to go to, he would probably tackle me so
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
it's the thing. Yeah.
I
yeah.
can see how that's something you would take a lot of pride in. And
Mhm.
I mean, any of the grocery stores or box stores that I've seen around here that offer any kind of baked goods, definitely, I mean, not on par with the things that, no pun intended, with the things that you are creating. So I'm like, wow, that's great. You have a lot of artistic license and it seems to be very different from like going to the thrifty foods and picking up a, you know,
Yeah.
randomly
No,
decorated
for sure.
cake.
Like we have our certain programs that we still have to follow, the certain, Kaiser's Krusties, all those kind of buns that we have to have on our shelves. But they're actually really good about letting me kind of bring new ideas in, trying out different things. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's fun. I did a piñata for the Oilers playoff game in the bakery,
Awesome.
and I had it so
Fun.
that it was hanging over the bakery, and then any small kid that came up, they could have a free swing and a cookie on game day.
Oh, I
And
love that.
we've done it 2 years in a row. The first year it was a lawsuit waiting to happen, 100%, because like the way I had it hung in the bakery, my girls had to hold the string and they were like right in front of this piñata.
Oh,
And these kids were just going ham on these piñatas. And one of my girls, Anna, was like, I don't feel safe. I'm like, yeah, you probably shouldn't. You're gonna get smoked. So we had to figure that out. And no lawsuits thankfully happened, but
Thank goodness.
we have fun and we can still
were
put our little twist on it.
Yeah.
were you using like a real wooden bat or aluminum bat, or did you use like a
Yeah.
plastic one?
Oh no. No, I bought like a huge thick wooden dowel and then I colored it to Oilers colors. It was great
That'd be
until it
awesome.
wasn't. Yeah.
Until it
Until it
wasn't.
wasn't.
Until
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Till all of a sudden people realized how terrifying it
Yeah.
was. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You come in and
exactly.
your staff are all like bruised
I know.
up and like got bandages everywhere. And
They're
I
like,
was
this
waiting
was
for
not
it.
a good idea, Megan.
They brought 3 customers in though, guys. 3.
Very whole customers. Now I remember what I was going to ask. So, do you still bake at home then? If you're
Yeah.
baking at work
Yeah.
all day?
Yeah, I have a couple cake orders. I'm not doing as much just because my hours at the bakery are so heavy. But I do on the weekends. I do still take 1 or 2. I try to every weekend for the
Yeah.
custom ones because I can keep my hands in it a bit. And then at
Yeah.
home, like for the boys, I we bake a lot. My middle son, Max, actually, he's a better baker than I will. I am, and I will
oh,
100% say
love
that with
that.
confidence. He's insane, and
Wow.
he's 12. And he
That's
yeah, he's wild. He makes all the sourdoughs, baguettes, all the artesian breads, plus his cakes. Like there was one day that so a lot of my customers from the school, like the kids from the school, they have gotten me to do their cakes for years, but now that Max is doing it, they go through Max. And
Wow.
they're so smart because he doesn't pay for any of his ingredients, but he gets paid for the cake. So like businessman
good
out the yin
deal for
yang
him.
for sure. But yeah, the first time he took on this order, it was for one of our friends, I think it was Rachel or Rebecca. And he said, "Okay, Mom, how do I make marbled fondant?" And so I took a piece and I showed him a bit, and I said, "Yeah." And then once you're done marbling it, like I'll show you how to put it on the cake. I turn around, it's on the cake flawlessly. And I'm
What?
like, crap,
That's
He's
crap.
really
been
hard.
he's been
Yeah,
watching you for
yeah. I
years.
know, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So there goes half my
Oh,
business, but oh well, that's
oh, but
okay.
you're
He's
so
That's
happy.
okay. At
proud.
least you're
Yeah,
keeping it in the
so proud.
family. Yeah, and you're
Exactly.
keeping it in the family. And that's a really good deal for him. Zero product costs,
Mm-hmm.
100% of the profit.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Really, really good deal.
Yep.
Now, does Max
Smart.
have his own Instagram? Like, how do we see some of these beautiful creations?
No, he doesn't. We're pretty strict on these boys not having phones
Fair
or
enough.
social media yet.
Good.
My
Good.
eldest just turned 14, and actually I'm gonna go today and get him a cell phone. We caved, Philip and I, because
Mm,
it's so
It's
hard these
hard at
days,
14 not to have one.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Yeah, exactly.
He's going
So
to be going out and doing more things with his friends, and then you want to be able to reach him. Like at the very minimum, you want him to be able to call you and tell him
exactly.
going
Yeah.
on.
Yeah. And he just got his learner's license too, right? Over in
Oh,
Alberta.
right,
Like
Alberta,
we're
it's
quite early.
14.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
14 in
Yeah.
Alberta.
It's
Yeah.
terrifying. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
scary.
Oh,
Yeah.
That changed after I left Alberta.
16 is terrifying when they get their learners, and then when they get their new, and I think they're like 18 when they finally get their
They're
ends.
full license. No,
Yeah.
you get the N if, after a year.
Oh, okay. So when they're
Yeah.
17. Yeah. Okay.
But
Still.
then they take off the N and you get your full license. You don't have to have a little emblem on the car
Right, the
anymore.
Yeah.
stickers. That's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Yeah, we had
But that
that
was all new since I
GDL.
got mine too. What's that?
We had that like GDL implemented, the graduated driver's
Graduated.
license. I think
Mhm.
they tried to go kind of similar to
Yeah.
other places, but it just got removed a couple years ago. So it's
Okay.
18 for learners, 16 for full license, and then they're gone. So the fact that
Wow.
he's driving now and he's like almost a foot taller than me, and I'm not really that short.
No, you're not.
Yeah. He needs a phone so we can keep track of him.
He's like a fully grown human being now.
Yeah.
Well,
He
maybe
tries
not
to
fully
square
grown.
up with me. And I'm like, I will still take you down just because you're big. I will find a way to take you to the floor.
That is hilarious. I know they get all tough when they get taller than you, huh?
Oh, I know. He looks down at me and he's like, "Oh, where are you?" I'm like, "I will chop your neck so fast." So fast.
Right? Yep. I'm with you.
Yeah. It's a lovely feeling to have your boys bigger than you. I don't know. I remember thinking that when they were little, I was like, one day they're going to be taking care of me. And then now one's 6'3", one's 6'4". My daughter is shorter than me, which is nice, but the boys are like these big, tall men.
That's
I'm like,
wild,
look at
hey?
my boys,
Like, how did it even happen? I know. It's
right?
just crazy.
I
Yeah,
They
know.
they
It
just
is
grow up
amazing.
so fast.
They
Yeah.
I
do.
know.
Yeah. Did you
Yeah.
hear Christina's exciting news?
No.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be a grandma.
Oh, wow. That's so exciting. Oh
Super
my gosh.
excited.
When is the
Yeah.
baby due?
In August. Yeah.
Oh,
Beginning of
nice.
August. Yeah.
Little
So
summer baby. Oh, congrats.
we are so excited. Yes. So it's
Yeah.
awesome. So
And
when
that,
you're, I only have one son.
yeah,
So him having when your baby has a baby, it's next
Mhm.
level. So I'm
I
so
can't even
excited to enter
imagine the
my
feeling.
It's hard
Yeah.
grandmother.
to imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh, you're like the youngest grandma in the world. You look so
Oh,
young. That's
you're too
wild.
kind. You're too kind.
That's wild. That's so
The
cool.
magic of filters.
No,
Stop. She does not have a filter on.
no, you do not.
She doesn't need a filter.
No.
So is your
Yeah.
farm like a
I
hobby
only
farm, a
had one
working farm,
child.
or oh,
That's
sorry.
probably
What
why.
you
I
were gonna
said I
say?
only had one child. That might be why.
I had three.
I know. That's why I usually color my hair gray, so I don't even know if I have actual gray hairs.
Oh,
I've got
that's
to.
Uh,
funny. I love the
love your
color of your
hair.
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to have them in there with the stress that these boys can cause some days. Like when they're out on their dirt bikes when they first started, I
Oh
was
gosh.
pins and needles all the time. But yeah,
Yeah.
our farm, like we do pigs out there, and we're looking at maybe doing chickens as well.
Nice. Okay.
But yeah, it's mostly just for play and kind of
Right. Because I was
just to have.
thinking if you had like equipment and tractors and stuff, the boys have probably been driving for years
Yeah.
already. Hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And they do. Yeah, their dad's pretty good about letting them drive the truck. I drove it once and I don't feel like it went the greatest. I don't really remember, but I haven't driven it since, so
You're like, I
couldn't
don't
have
want
gone
you to
that
drive
good.
it. You're like,
Yeah.
I'll stay on this side of
Yep.
the
Or
tractor.
you've been there, done that, don't need to do it again.
Yeah.
No, exactly. It was like growing up, my dad got us to shovel one time and I did such a bad job at it, he never asked me again. So
Smart.
perfect.
The
Well
way
Yeah,
done,
to do
I
it.
Megan.
know. Just be
Hmm.
Yeah.
crappy at the things you don't want to do and no one's ever gonna
High
ask you.
five. Yeah, very
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
But growing up on a farm is just so special as well. Like being able to have that freedom, getting dirty, being out there, just being a kid.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so wonderful. And especially in this day and age too, where you can get trapped by a lot of that social media or being online or video gaming and just being locked in.
Yes. Yeah.
It's so nice for them to be able to go outside and like I said, be a
Just
kid.
exactly. Yeah, and like we have a house phone, but no one ever uses it. But the one like for them because they don't have phones, they have a couple friends that are in the vicinity, like on local range roads and stuff. And
Yeah.
my eldest has a really close friend, and that's how we know if Blake's coming over for a hangout. We hear his dirt bike because he rides it from his house over to our house, and we're like, "Oh, Zach, your friend's here. Like, go outside." And then they go off dirt biking. So
I
it is.
love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was raised in a city like in Edmonton, so
Mhm.
it was good in its ways too, but the farm, it's nice to just have the peacefulness too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I think
Very
that was
cool.
one of the things that I always wanted. I grew up in Sherwood Park,
Oh
but
yeah.
only until I was 12. And at the time that I lived there, Sherwood Park was just a hamlet. So it was like this
Yeah.
tiny, tiny little town. It took half an hour to get to Edmonton.
Yeah.
And all the range roads around the outskirts. I just was like, I really, really want to have this like piece of land where, everything's kind of separate from everything and you can just
Yeah.
be and enjoy. And yeah, we had our first ATV riding experience, and that was bad. My sister ran over a bush and then straight into an electric fence that was not turned on at the time.
Oh,
We
thank
were
God.
not farm kids, but I always loved the idea that maybe someday my kids could be farm kids, and that has not happened. But I still have this dream of a little piece of
Yeah.
land and
Yeah.
maybe a little bakery on it or something like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I
It'd be
know. That would
nice.
be so special. Like a little air or like a bed and
Yes,
breakfast.
Yeah. That would be
Oh,
awesome.
that'd be so
100%.
cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the dream. That's like my retirement dream now, I
Right?
think. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, wow. That's
yeah.
hilarious because I grew up on a farm.
I
Uh,
know.
my parents were orchardists in the Okanagan, and
Wow.
and so grew up surrounded by fruit trees and gardens, and we had animals too. We had like goats and chickens, and we'd
That's
get a cow every
incredible.
year.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of yeah, it was a lot of fun. But you know what? I'm totally good with being a city girl now. Just saying,
You did your time. Yeah.
I did my time.
You had it, so you know it.
Nice
There's
to
a
go
time
back
for
and
everything.
visit. Yeah, nice to go back and visit. My dad still lives there, and so it's really wonderful to go back and pick up all the fresh fruit in the summer and that kind of stuff. But
No
I'm so
kidding.
glad I don't have to pick, buckets of cherries or pack like
That's so true. Yeah.
tons of
No,
peaches, and it's because it's a lot of work, right? There's
it
a
is.
lot of work
Yeah.
involved with that. But I mean, so many fabulous memories of having rotten apple fights in the fall and just
Yeah. Oh, that is neat. That's so neat. Yeah.
It's
No,
nice to know that
my
kids are
Grammy and
still growing up
Papa.
that way. It's
Oh,
nice to know that kids are still growing up that
yeah.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, because the boys, like, we have a ton of Saskatoon plants and bushes. And growing up, my Grammy and Papa's farm out by Stettler, my brother and I would go out and spend our summers there.
Yeah.
And they would give us each a bucket and tell us that every bucket that we filled with Saskatoons, we'd get a quarter for it. And to us,
Nice.
that was, 30 years ago. That was a wicked deal in our
Yeah.
heads. So we tried to do that with the boys. I'm like, every bucket you'll get a quarter. And they were, no, that's not fair. Man, Zach's like Googling the minimum wage in Alberta. And I'm like, shut up. No, shut your mouth.
Right.
Doesn't work that way.
Maybe if
Oh,
it
that's
was a
hilarious.
dollar with inflation over the last
Maybe.
30 years, maybe you could have gotten them. So,
Yeah, exactly.
Smart.
Maybe.
You have some smart kids there.
I know.
They're growing up fast.
Didn't come from me.
Silly.
aw,
All right. Well, what do you guys think
wonderful.
of playing a game? Shall we play
Oh,
this or that?
sure.
All right.
All
So
right.
this or that's pretty simple. We give you two, sometimes three options, and you just say the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
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 Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
How do you take
Oh,
your
coffee. Black.
Oh,
Black.
I can't do that still. I want
No.
to be able to do that, and I still can't. I'm like, mm-mm.
If it's like a treat day or a day that I'm feeling like something sweet, I'll put like a tablespoon of International Delight. It's like
Oh
a
yeah.
guilty treat. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice little treat for sure.
Yeah. Something.
Yeah.
I used to love the French vanilla one.
Yes. Yes. That's like one of my favorites. Or the hazelnut. Those two. Go between the
Southern
two of
butter
them.
pecan is the best.
Oh,
Oh, I've not tried that one.
Oh, it's
nope.
very good. I haven't had it in years. I have half and half in here right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I can't do sweet coffees anymore. Like I just put a little splash of milk just to lighten it up a
Cool it off
little.
a
And
bit.
yeah, but
Yeah.
I used to. That's when I started drinking coffee. It was probably a higher ratio of sugar to coffee when I first started drinking.
Right? Like all those Starbucks drinks that these kids all have nowadays. It's like
True.
staggering what's all in there. But
Yeah.
they're good. But my teeth hurt thinking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, and now they're bringing out these dirty soda carts and dirty soda bars. Have you heard about those?
Oh yeah,
No.
because of the show.
Yeah, from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, I
Yeah.
think. That
Yeah.
so yeah, all these, I guess the Mormons are not drinking coffee or tea, but they can drink soda. So they have all these different combinations and flavors, and they're just like they sound like they just make my jaw ache thinking about how sweet they are. They're
Oh my
just
gosh, right? Like a
extra
whole
pumps
Dr.
of syrup.
Pepper with like 10 pumps of all these syrups in it. And
Yeah,
then plus like creamer too added in. I don't know. And they're all like
super
tiny little
skinny.
humans. I know.
How?
I
How?
know.
How?
I don't even want to think about how. I just know that I'm fighting for every pound right now. So it's like, okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to be drinking my water, 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 water.
Yeah. Yeah.
No dirty
Exactly.
soda for me.
No.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, that doesn't even sound that appetizing though. Like
No, it
sugar
I
on
sounds
know.
sugar on sugar.
revolting.
Yeah.
I know. I'd be curious to try like a sip of it just to see what it's like, but I can't imagine. I don't have a sweet tooth at
Mm.
all, so I can't imagine me liking it.
That
Mm.
leads us into our next question.
Yeah, great segue into our next
Segue.
one.
Oh,
Sweet,
perfect.
sweet or savory bakes?
Savory.
Ah,
Okay.
okay. So what's
Yeah,
your
shocking.
favorite? What's your favorite savory bake?
I like that cheddar and jalapeno bread that I made on there. I make that quite often. I like
Yeah.
cheesy breads. I don't like I would never go to my fridge and eat a piece of cheese. I don't really like cheese, but when it's in something, I like it.
When
Okay,
it's melted.
that's fair.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
exactly.
Oh, I mean, cheesy jalapeno bread sounds amazing.
So good. Yeah.
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 Okay. But Steve sent you a birthday cake, right?
He did. That was insane.
What
Yeah.
did you do with
Like
that whole cake?
I
That's
ate it and it was so good. Like it lasted us all week. That thing was a monstrosity. It was huge. I still have the shipping container down in my basement because for one, those things are so expensive.
mm,
So I feel bad just chucking it. And two, my plan is to try and send him something back. But like
yeah.
his stuff is, you can't even compete with it. Like
Don't
I'm
have
not
to
gonna,
compete.
I'm not
God.
gonna
No.
order chocolates. He does. He wants me to send him a few things. I think he makes fun of me all the time about how much cauliflower I eat. So I definitely have to make him something with cauliflower because he hates cauliflower. But he
He
has like
did
a list.
eat it
Love it.
when we
Yeah,
went out together. He did
that's
eat
what he
some.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was very proud of him.
No, it's
Um,
funny.
I was going to send you something because at the open call you didn't get to stay long enough
I
to taste
know.
what I baked. So I was like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if I could manage to send her some of my puff pastry that you could bake up yourself and then you could
Oh
try
my
them
gosh.
before
That was
today. So I'm still
so
kind of
good.
figuring out if I can do that or not. So I would still like
I
to
thought
try.
about that the whole drive home. I'm like, oh, I finally got to meet her. And then I saw her, I smelled it, and then I walked away, and I was so like, somehow I still was hungry after leaving and testing everything. And I thought about it the whole drive home, like, you could have just pushed your thing and tried to stay. But no, I couldn't have pushed what I had to go
No,
do.
you didn't. No,
No.
that's all right. I promise you, you will get to taste them sometime. But I asked Stephen for your mailing address.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
and so I have that. So I will be sending you something. But
Oh,
said
yay.
he said, "Can I deliver it to her? Because I still haven't met her and I really
Yeah.
want to." And I was like,
Oh,
"Sure, come here, have a visit with me, and then fly back
okay.
and deliver
Yeah,
it."
exactly. I know
Well,
it's so wild. He like the fact that him and I have never met, but he's like a brother to me, pretty
Yeah.
much. Like we've talked so much, and I feel like I know his family, like his beautiful wife and his daughters, and vice
Yeah.
versa. Like he knows everything about my life too, but we haven't met, which
Yeah,
Yeah,
is
you
isn't
need
that
to.
incredible? Again,
Yeah.
part of that magic of Great Canadian Baking Show, where the seasons just you get this whole family, not just your season, but all the
exactly.
seasons, and you're part of this incredible group of human beings
Yeah,
that have a shared experience and a shared passion for something that means so much, right?
Yeah.
exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's the other brilliant thing about the show. And I think one of the major reasons why Lisa and I would love to be on there one day as well is to get to experience that. I mean, we're kind of like that ugly cousin second
Ugly cousin.
twice
No.
removed, right? Looking in, going, oh, look at all that. That looks so fun.
Remember
And
that
we
old
want to be
Leon's
a part of
open,
that.
open, open. We're just waiting for the door to open to let us in.
Right?
Yeah, you're
Let us
not though,
in.
because every single person in our group chat, everyone knows you guys. So you're not a distant cousin.
That's because we're in there like
We
I
just
love it
we
though. It's
push
so
our way in.
supportive.
we're just
So
gonna like
We
sweet.
are.
yeah,
Yeah.
Definitely we're very supportive. We're so
yeah.
pleased with all these new friendships and relationships and people that we've gotten to meet and spend time with. It's pretty amazing.
It
So,
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
It
Yeah.
is so
Well, we're
wonderful.
all
Speaking on the
equally as
show,
lucky. So
yeah,
Well, so
exactly.
cool. And I look forward to meeting you one day in real life as
yeah,
Yeah.
well. It'd be
And I
so
look forward
cool.
to having more time together one of these days. That would be
I
nice.
know. I know. We definitely have to. Hopefully it doesn't have to wait till, well, it won't wait till next year
Okay,
because, well, because
because
you better be getting a phone call,
well, we shall see, I
in
guess.
my opinion. Just saying, if anyone from producing watches this,
They
do
don't
it.
watch it. They don't because it's their baby and or the show is their baby and they're so scared we're going to say something that will upset them about
You
the
think so?
show. Mark said
Yes,
that.
Said that.
did he? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm sure they have to weed through scrutiny, that they probably just like find ways to limit the chance of hearing it. Not that you guys would ever, but
Yeah. No,
yeah.
I mean, thankfully, I mean, we've talked to Lindsay about all, who we're talking to on the show and everything, and we have like carte blanche to talk to people from the show, which is that
Nice.
shows so
Yeah.
much trust in us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really
Yeah.
appreciate that. But I don't think they're necessarily, there have been like one or two conversations that they, wanted to sit in on, like Bruno and Kyla,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
was one, which was awesome.
Yeah.
That was
That's so cool.
such a great interview. But other than that, it's just like, okay, yeah, you guys are okay. And they leave it with us, which
Yeah.
I'm so
That's
thankful
amazing. I
for.
mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
kudos to you guys for sure. Yeah.
Thank
They
you.
really have
Yeah.
been so incredibly supportive of what we're doing, and yeah, it is kind of nice. And like Lisa said, we get, every season we reach out and say, hey, we're interested in doing this if it's okay, for
Yeah.
us to reach out or what have you. And we definitely respect and don't want to upset the apple cart per se, right? We want to
Yeah.
make sure, and we love the show. We love the bakers, and all we want to do is support the people who do are part of that whole experience.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
Yeah. Yeah,
bring them
for
into
sure.
bring them into this baking community that we have online, which is
Yeah.
a lot of
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, for sure. All
I
right.
love.
Speaking of the show, signature, technical, or showstopper?
Oh man. Signature, not really. Like, I don't
Not big
know.
enough?
That no. I guess that's a good way to put it. You didn't have enough time to really showcase anything that stood out, I feel. To an
Hmm.
extent, you did. Technical was my favorite. I don't know
I
why,
get,
but it
I get
was.
that. I
You
Yeah.
don't
understand.
know why? You won 5 of them.
I know. I
It's got to
know.
be a
I
record.
know. And I to be honest, I have no idea why. Like when we had to do Daifuku Mochi, I looked at Dan Levy and I
Okay.
was like, "What's mochi?" And he was like, "Oh dear God. You don't know what this one is either." And I was like, "No." And then he's like, "I can't help you." I'm like, "Okay, then why are you in my station still? You can't help me." And he's like, "Oh, I'm getting kicked out." But I honestly, when I read mochi, I could only think of emoji. And I thought I had to
Oh,
put happy faces on everything. And then I start looking around and everyone's like making this paste. And then it's like red, but pink. I don't know. Just winged
that
it.
was
But they were fun.
such a hard challenge because I had
Yeah.
not started baking along with the show at that point, but I was trying a couple of bakes. And that one I tried because I thought it would be easy. It's not. It
It was
was
weird.
such a mess. Oh my gosh. I can't even tell you how badly I did
It
on that.
was. It was, yeah, everything was
Yeah.
sticky
Yeah.
and pasty and
Yep.
had to look so clean and simple
Yep.
in the end.
Yep.
So again, the simple
Yep.
looking finished products are what can really get me at least.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. That's a hard
Yeah,
one. Red
Showstopper
bean
was
paste.
fun,
Yeah.
but like the technicals, there was just something about the unknown element
Mhm.
that was kind of
I get
just
that.
something different.
I get
Yeah.
that. Yeah. Yeah. It's exciting.
Yeah, very cool. So beside the mochi one, was there anything else that you thought of the technicals that you were just like, oh my goodness, like how am I going to do this, or that you didn't know? Um,
Yeah. Palmiers.
okay, yeah.
I don't know. Like I still don't even know if I've ever really had like I made them for the watch party for I think it was the finale. I made them again. I don't know if I even ate one that night. I don't know if I've ever even had one, but like and again, I didn't even know what they were supposed to look like and we had to make two different kinds of them. And then I cheated a little bit and I heard Andre say that they should be like a palm tree shape. I heard him say, I don't know if he was talking to himself or telling someone else that.
Talking to the
So
camera. Yeah.
yeah, something. Yeah, probably. And then, yeah, so I kind of rolled with that one, but those are hard. That was
Yeah,
brutal.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
They're
don't think I won that
deceptively
one.
simple. Yeah.
I think
a good
Andre won that
palmier.
one.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
good palmier is just so tasty. Like the
Very.
whole
Yes.
crunch factor, the caramelization. Oh, it's one of
Yes.
my favorite things,
Yeah, me
actually.
too. Very, very
Yeah,
good. This is
yeah.
Huh.
mochi.
Oh, Moji.
This is what I think of when I think of mochi.
Oh my
Hey,
gosh.
baby girl.
So cute.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart.
Adorable. Mine's sound asleep on the couch, my 120-pound puppy.
Oh,
Yeah. It's harder to hold that one in your lap.
yes.
Sure.
Right. Big
Oh,
beast.
all
Oh,
right.
careful,
So
sweet.
you were Star Baker 2 of the weeks, if you
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Um, you won during International Week
Yeah.
and French Patisserie Week. So
Right.
if you had to choose a favorite, which one would it be?
I think the French one, just because my family's like originally from France, way back, not me. So that one really like was a proud moment for me to be able to at least not disappoint them further than some days I do. So yeah, yeah, it was that one was cool. Because like also French patisserie, baking, pastries, and all of their desserts, like they can be quite finicky. And they were
Hmm.
like those
Hmm.
little I can never think of the name because it's fancy sounding. The little mini appetizers,
Or the
canapes,
canapes. Yeah.
Okay.
canapes. Yeah, those. Yeah, that was, and we had to do so many different variations of them too. And
Mm.
I mean, Bruno being the one that's eating them, that's terrifying.
Yes,
So
definitely.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 Any bite that he put in his mouth that whole week for all of us bakers, we were just like, crap, crap, crap. Don't chew it. Don't eat it. Just don't. Like, don't.
Just look at it. Admire
Yeah,
them.
that'd be pretty daunting.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. International Week was a lot more forgiving in the sense that you're showcasing kind of what is home to you.
Hmm.
Hmm.
So I feel like that gave a little bit of leeway for us to play and have fun. And, if something didn't go well, call it something else. But French
Yeah.
Patisserie Week was spot on. You have to nail it or
Yes.
you're going home.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Fair,
Yeah,
fair.
that would be definitely pretty scary, I would say.
Yeah. And I think that was the semi-finale, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think that was week
Mhm.
7. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I knew going into it that Sachin and Andre, no brainers. in the finale, like 100%
Yeah.
deserved. And then it was up to me and Meng Ling.
Yeah.
And it was, love her to death. She's a sweet woman, but
She's
it was
wonderful.
pretty, it's hard when you kind of have to then feel like you have a competition in a way.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the
Yeah.
pressure was on for that week. So to win it was staggering in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
gave you probably some really great confidence to as you were getting into the finale as well.
Yeah, every week that I didn't get the boot was a little bit of a, okay, you actually do know a few things. Kind of, it
Yes.
gave me a bit more like the confidence rolled as the season progressed. I feel for me, I didn't go in with any confidence, but I left at least with some more knowledge that I can be happy about. So,
Yeah,
Did it
amazing.
take a while for you to get like comfortable being in the tent and having those people, having cameras in your face and having, completely unfamiliar oven and unfamiliar working space, etc.? Or did it?
I don't know. I don't remember. And I just got this comment on my post of Andre and I yesterday or the day before, a gentleman commented saying how calm I was and chill I was on the show. And
Mhm.
I don't remember ever overly feeling too like Dan Levy told me I cried every single episode at some point. If it was happy, if it was sad, if it was scared, if I cried. I, so yeah, I mean, I don't remember walking in and it changing to being easier, but
Yeah.
I feel maybe the panic was just always inside and somehow I contained it enough that people thought I was calm.
Yeah, you did appear to be very
You
calm.
did
Hmm.
actually.
I
Yeah.
didn't
So,
feel calm on the inside. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
We've had a lot of comments about how it's like the whole idea of, a duck's it's very placid on the surface and then underneath there's all the paddling,
Yeah.
right? That kind of feeling of like, but somehow you come across as being very much in control and
mm,
calm,
Yeah,
cool.
I do believe the editors do that for us also. They don't want to show all of our weak moments. They don't want to show, but they also need to show some of them for, for viewers, right? To see
Yes, for
how
sure.
it is real as well. But I think that they were pretty nice to me. The one thing I had to quickly learn is how I could not swear.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's when I started saying the things like schnitzel and moose knuckle and like all these different things that I just had to panic and kind of resort to something else instead of just blaring out all these curse words. So that was probably
that's
the hardest
totally
part
fair.
for me was not just swearing up and down the road.
Yeah. I think if anything, Megan, I think you came across as having a lot of fun while baking in that tent.
Yeah.
There was such a joy that we saw when you were, just putting all your stuff together and creating those beautiful bakes that you did in that
Thank you.
tent.
Yeah.
It was really a beautiful sight.
Hmm.
Thank you. Yeah, I feel like it was kind of it is what it is moment. Like panicking and floundering, they're not going to do any favors for you. So
Right.
it is what it is. Get through it and enjoy it. And it's like a once in a lifetime thing. So don't squander it with
Totally.
your own brainwaves.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's so great if you can approach it that way and, just kind of reset inside yourself. Okay, come on, we got to make sure that we're paying attention to what's going on here so
Yeah.
we can do the best we can and not let the maybe less classy side of our brain take over.
Right. Exactly. No
So
panic at the disco.
No panic at the
Just
disco.
disco. Yeah.
Yeah. Just boogie, oogie, oogie. All right. Chocolate, white milk, dark, or other?
As dark as I can get it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Really? Like
Yeah.
90 something percent?
Yeah, my favorite
Really
is
dark?
either the 80 or the 90% of the Lindt bars. Like
mhm.
if I were to ever grab, I don't like chocolate. So if I were
Okay.
to ever grab chocolate, it's like dark. I want it to kind of bite back a little bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. I like the dark actually as well. Well, my favorite's white, but if I'm going to have some darker chocolate, the dark chocolate is where I tend to go as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's something about it. There's more flavor sometimes, but like I feel like since I cut out alcohol completely, like I used to have wine and stuff here and there, but I just stopped a while ago. I feel like my sweet tooth is kind of a little bit there now. And I've read studies that, if you used to partake in red wine and then you cut it out, you do develop a sweet tooth. So I am dabbling
Interesting.
a little bit more in sweets, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there's
Yeah,
a whole world out there for you, Megan.
Yes,
I know.
exactly. Welcome
Dangerously
to the
so.
dark side.
Right?
Maybe the
Exactly.
white side for chocolate, if you
Maybe.
take after Christina. But
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, if you believe
Cool.
that white chocolate is actually chocolate.
That's
Some,
true. That's a topic.
that's a topic. All right, next.
All right. What is your preference? Do you love the long summer nights that you get in Leduc, or are you more towards those beautiful northern lights in sort of the fall and winter?
Definitely early dark and Northern Lights, hands down. Like
Yeah.
I love how early and light it is now and how it's staying late and light. But there's just something when you're coming home from work or you're coming home from wherever in the evening, I just want it to be cozy, have a fireplace on, go
Mhm.
outside, see that miraculous view up top. And yeah, there's just something more peaceful instead of sitting here in plus 30 weather when it's gleaming bright at 10 p.m. and you're trying
Mhm.
to go to sleep. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Yeah,
that's totally fair. Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I still have never seen the Northern Lights.
me neither.
Really? Oh,
I know it's very
well, you've got
sad.
to come out this way. Yeah.
I think
Well,
I'd be very happy to do that.
Yes.
even north of us, like I know Fort McMurray and
Mm,
north, like they get them insane up there. So
yeah, that would be
yeah.
so magical to see
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty cool. This past summer, we had a lot of pink. We don't typically have as much pink. And I feel like it was more pink based, all of the northern lights that came around, which is neat. Yeah. It's always usually green and purples and stuff, but the pink was really
Which would still
forefront.
be, yeah, but that still would be spectacular, regardless of,
Yeah.
the dancing colors in the sky would just be such a beautiful sight to
Yeah,
see.
it's overwhelming sometimes with how bright they can be too. So
Which is
yeah, we
a
take
nice, I was
when we
going to
take
say,
Edgar for a walk, just look up, and if you see a glimmer, we just stand and wait, and then sure enough, they just come so fast, and then they're gone so fast. So
mm,
That's
yeah,
yeah.
amazing to me. My dogs are barking because of there's sea lions outside.
uh,
There's, I'm like, what the? Okay. So
Oh my gosh, see, I
we
want that.
have different kinds of beauty in,
No kidding.
it's the world is just so diverse. It's amazing and beautiful.
Wow.
All right, my turn. Apron or no apron?
No, Amber.
Because you
Should.
can't be bothered or because it gets in your way or
Oh no, I just can't be bothered. I
yeah.
have so many nice aprons, and I've had so many, not so many, quite a few fans that have sent me really, really nice aprons. My mom's bought me a ton. I have so many, but I can sit and decorate a cake for 8 hours straight and not be phased. But to spend that extra 30 seconds to open the drawer and put an apron on, no, not gonna
that's
happen. I'm
hilarious.
lazy.
Yeah,
That's
why
awesome.
do I understand that so well? It's just like, oh no, I just got to get into it, you know?
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
yeah,
sometimes it just happens that way, right?
Yeah.
You walk into the kitchen, you're like, oh yeah, well, I should actually start while I'm here. I may as well get this started. And then and then the next thing you know, your bake's done and you're like, oh, oops.
I
yeah.
never put my
Yeah.
apron on.
Yeah, exactly.
I
My
think,
son went through a phase when he started baking that he wore aprons because I, being his mom, like my mom did, I bought him aprons
Yeah.
and he was so proud to wear them. And yeah, he was, but he's now not even wearing them anymore. Both of us just look like dirty, dusty rats in the kitchen, just covered in everything. But
I love
All
that you
good.
can share that with him. I think that's so wonderful.
yeah, yeah, it's really
It
nice.
it makes me think about how Loic was talking about how he really wants to host a junior Great Canadian Baking Show. And I think
Yeah.
that would be really cool to see like
Mhm.
the next generation of the Great Canadian Baking Show, alumni being in
Yes.
that. That'd be really
I
neat.
know. I think that would be fantastic if they did something like that. Because, I mean,
Yes.
again, it would just speak so near and dear to like the other, because we have so many, as you guys know, full families watch the show. So
Mhm.
us adults can relate to a lot of these adult bakers, but to have the kids being able to be like, oh my gosh, he does what I do, or
Yes.
I think it'd be smart move
Yeah.
for
I think
sure.
Yeah,
so
I
too.
I
Definitely.
100% agree with you. I think that would
Yeah.
be amazing.
Would be.
And it would be
Here's
great to
hoping.
see Max in there too.
Hmm.
I know. He would love that. And him and I, like, he has such a funny banter to him in the kitchen. He's pretty similar to me. He's funny.
Oh,
So
good
he'd
deal.
That's
show well,
great.
I think. Yeah.
Yes. I believe it. Definitely.
Cool. All right.
Next.
Halloween or Christmas baking?
Halloween.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, always Halloween. That's my
That
favorite
doesn't
holiday.
surprise me.
No, I know.
No, I'm not shocked at all.
I wore a Christmas sweater to work this year, and everyone at work everyone everywhere is super festive, and no, not me. So I thought, you know what, Megan, like you can
Try
do
it.
it.
Yeah.
Do it. So I ordered a sweater off of Amazon, and it was pitch black, but it had green spruce trees on it. And I'm like, okay, if I'm gonna push myself, I'm not gonna push it too hard where it's like glitter and rainbows and like Christmas. So I thought this is a good baby step. So I put this sweater on, loved it, went to work, and everyone kept coming up to me being like, "Oh, I didn't know you loved Taylor Swift so much."
Oh,
I do
what?
not at all like Taylor Swift in any form. If anything, I am one of those that are like anti-Swifties because it's just such a cult thing.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah, yeah.
so I couldn't understand what they were talking about. And they're like, Megan, your sweater is a Taylor Swift sweater, her like Christmas tree song. I took it off and gave it away so bloody fast. And that's it. I'm done. I'm
They
done.
Was
ruined
that
your
Christmas
Christmas
Tree Farm song?
sweater.
That
Yeah.
Christmas Tree Farm song I can't
Yeah.
stand. I don't mind
No.
Taylor Swift. I have become an honorary Swiftie, but I hate that song so much.
And it
Anyway,
plays all the time at work
it's
too. And so
awful.
that's what like one of the girls was like, how did you not put two and two together? It plays every day right now. And I was like, I hate this so
Did
much.
it
So
say Christmas Tree Farm on it?
it said all the Christmas tree farm where people
Oh,
go to whatever. That whole line was around the simple green spruce trees. And I wore it so proudly. And everyone's like, we didn't know you liked Swift. I'm like, oh no.
oh, that's so funny.
Oh, so did they ruin Christmas sweaters for you for the
Yeah.
rest of all time, or are you going to try again next year?
No, I'm done. That's it. Back to regular programming.
You can't
Maybe you could just,
accidentally make yourself appear to be a Swiftie again or
Oh,
anything else.
I
you're
know.
not
I
taking
know.
that chance.
It would be
Megan's
my
just,
luck too that I would freaking order a Taylor Swift sweater too.
That is
So
too funny. Oh
I
man.
tried, I failed.
I
So
love
back to
it.
black. Yeah,
it's all
Oh,
right. The effort was good.
it was.
It was
Thank you.
I
good effort.
appreciate it. And
Good
it makes a
effort.
good story also.
Yes, totally.
Right?
It was awesome.
All right. Ingredient you can't live without: butter, chocolate, or sugar.
Butter,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say.
Yeah, that makes sense.
No matter
Mhm.
what substitute you try, margarine included, it's just not the same.
No,
Sugar is more pliable,
There are different sugars you
right?
can use
And
yeah,
there.
different
Yeah,
other
different
things. Yeah.
sweeteners. Yeah,
yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And being more that you prefer the savory bakes anyway, that makes perfect sense, right? So,
Mhm.
Yeah. You need that real butter.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
very
Oh,
cool. Yes, butter is life, really.
Exactly. I grew up in a margarine house. So when I met the boy's dad, he only ever ate like whole natural foods in a way. So
mhm.
butter and whole milk and stuff. And I was always like, this is so weird. And now I don't think I could go back to margarine.
Mhm. I'm the
Yeah,
same. Yeah, we always
yeah,
had margarine growing up, except at
yeah.
my grandparents' house, and they would give us rye bread with a big like slab of butter on there. And I was just
Mm.
like, this is so different. Why is it so different from what we have at our house? Couldn't figure out why, what it was, why we didn't have butter. I just assumed, that
Yeah.
that
There
was
was
how
a
Yeah.
grandma did it. This is how we do it. And then when I
Yep.
realized you can actually buy butter or make butter and
That's
and
right.
have it on whatever kind of bread you want, not just Wonder Bread.
The power of being an adult, hey, and making our
Yeah,
own choices. Yeah.
totally,
exactly. Yeah.
totally. Well, my household, because I'm Portuguese background too, we had, I can't believe it's not butter. That's
Oh
what we
yeah.
grew up
Oh,
with.
yes. That's actually pretty good. Like I would say out of all of them, that one is probably the closest
Tastes
replacement for
most
butter.
like,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
can't believe it's not butter.
The
Yeah.
Fabio
It's in the
butter.
It's
name.
true.
Too
All
funny.
right.
All right, another great segue into butter tarts.
Hmm.
And your preference of raisins or no raisins?
As many raisins as you can cram into them. I love raisins.
Good. There's Christina's active judgment face.
All good. All good.
It's wild how polarized that is. And I did
Right?
not know that until I got to the tent and they did the preliminary like interview questions. And that was
Hmm.
one of ours. And I was like, raisins, what do you mean? And
Yeah.
then when I got back to the other tent, like the greenhouse where we stood, everyone was like, who would say raisins? And I'm just looking around like, what do you mean? Like, Really? Nobody likes raisins? It's wild. Yeah.
Yeah.
But my kids would never. They hate raisins.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
that's
think raisins are okay in certain things, like oatmeal raisin cookies,
Hmm.
raisin bread. Totally
Yep.
okay with those, but
Not butter tarts.
not butter tarts.
she will
No.
not eat a butter tart. Well, I guess she would. She would
I
eat it.
would.
She would not
I'll
prefer a
eat
butter
it.
tart with
Yeah.
raisins in it. Although she likes currants in
Yeah.
her butter tarts.
Oh,
Meg,
sorry. That's my face.
that was an active judgment face if I have ever seen one.
I think so. I think if you're a raisin person, maybe currants aren't your jive. Like it's just
No,
like, yeah,
you
Aren't
should,
currants what you put in stuffing?
I don't put currants in
I don't put
anything.
currants in
No,
this.
me neither.
They're
No.
just
So,
ugh. They're like
but
weird. They're like
yeah,
weird, hard, crunchy raisins. I don't know.
no,
Yeah,
but
aren't
they're
they
good.
kind of bitter?
They're not well, but against all the sweet butter tart filling, they're actually a really nice contrast. And they do have like a little bit of crunchiness, where raisins are like more like mm,
Good.
there's just too much to
Soft.
them.
Yeah.
They're a
Yeah.
little, yeah, they're almost gelatinous to me in a sense, right? Like when you
That's
bite
fair.
into them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and so for me, it's more of a texture thing. So I love that texture because I love texture in all sorts of different things. And so those currants just give me a little bit of that crunchy, like almost little crunchy. And
I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
because they're not as sweet, it just balances out the butter, the sweet filling of the butter tart.
Interesting. I would
That's how
try
I'm
it for
explaining it.
sure. Yeah. I mean, I like a crunch and a texture as well. I'm not one that like puddings and stuff are not my thing. I like to have that bit of a grit in there.
you need to
So,
have texture. I've come around to that it's good to have different textures and things. But
yes.
it for some reason, like we used to get those little boxes of sunripe raisins or whatever they are.
Mm-hmm.
Sun made, we decided.
Made. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're soft and squishy, but then every once in a while you get one that has like the little
Little
crunch
pellet.
part
Yeah.
on it, and I hated it so much. So every time I picture Christina's current raisin tarts or
All that.
butter tarts, I just picture like a whole bunch of those little crunchy bits, and it grosses me out.
The least
Whereas
favorite of
she's
the box.
grossed out by
Yeah.
the soft, so it's
That's
okay.
true.
We're
Yeah.
allowed
Yeah.
to be different,
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The
right?
Well,
world would
and
spin if we all thought the same.
That's
right,
right. Some
That's
people
what
exactly.
I
like
tell the
Taylor
boys.
Swift. Some people accidentally make people think that they like Taylor Swift.
Even my boys knew because I came home from work that day and I was like flipping tables and I'm like, you'll never guess the day I had. And they were like, what do you mean? And so I told them and they're like, you didn't know that when you wore it this morning? And I was like, no. Could someone have said something before I went to a giant store? No. Let me die. Just let me
That's okay.
suffer in my own.
Honestly, I don't think people would have. There are probably more Swifties out there than not Swifties, would be
Yeah,
my guess. So I think for a lot of people, and for non Swifties, they might not have gotten the reference, obviously.
true.
So you are safe either which way. So
Yeah.
people who saw you in that Taylor Swift Christmas tree farm sweater would have loved it, or they would have thought, what a cool little sweater you're wearing.
Well, one of my Kate girls, Anna, she loves Taylor Swift, like die hard. And anytime a song comes on the radio at work, I'm like, oh, is this Taylor Swift? Just to bug her because it's like some old song. And she's like, no, it's not Taylor Swift. So it's like a constant harassment thing that I'm always bugging her about Taylor Swift. So when she found out about this sweater, she was in her glory.
I
Like,
bet.
so
Oh,
proud of this woman.
that is
I hated
so
it.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's probably a very pretty sweater, though. It sounds great with the black sweater with the green spruce trees on it. I think would have been
Yeah, it
really
sounds
lovely.
lovely.
100%. It was perfect for someone that does not wear Christmas attire, but still wanted to,
Just
no.
subtle enough.
Kind of,
The
Yeah.
thought is gone. Will not come back
Yeah.
through this melon. It's gone.
Well, maybe
I
you could
see.
just wear a red sweater next year for Christmas.
Maybe. Maybe.
Yeah.
Red or green. Green would work too.
Green. Green is my favorite
Green is
color,
good.
so it would
Yeah.
work. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
sounds
you go.
good.
You can
I
still
We'll
be
mean,
see.
Christmassy without like screaming Christmas.
True. Yeah.
this is the
Or just
problem,
not.
Christina, is you say that maybe people who like Taylor Swift would be like, "Oh, what a lovely," but this is the thing is she does not want to be associated with being in that crowd because
It's
Swifties
true.
are going to be like, "I like your sweater."
Oh, and they were.
Swifties, right? And she's like,
Yeah.
"No, not me."
I felt so violated all day until I took it off. It's
I'm
like, this is
just,
not who I am.
yeah, but I was just offering a different perspective on
Mhm.
what people's reactions would be to the sweater. So if you were a
Yep.
Swifty fan, you would know right away that it was a Swifty reference. But if you
Yeah.
weren't a Swifty fan, it would have just looked like a really nice Christmas sweater.
Yes,
Just saying.
exactly. Exactly. No, and
No,
100%. I
no
feel
harm,
like
no
there might have been
foul.
a handful that didn't know either until they saw my face. And then they were like, what's wrong? And then, of course, I'm like verbal
Never
diarrhea.
again.
I tell everyone everything. So I'm like, this is what's happening.
Now, how early in the day was it that you found out this reference? And was it early enough that you were like, oh, my whole day is absolutely ruined? Or
Yeah.
was it at least like, so it was
Yeah.
early, like in the morning?
Lindsay and Click and Collect at the store. First thing, I think it was like 7 a.m. She comes up to me and she said that. And I was like, what? And she's the one that broke the news to me. And then I think I was there until like 4 p.m. that day.
Oh,
So
and your whole
yeah,
day
and I
was
didn't
just
wear a
like,
Poured
shirt
on.
underneath it to take it off on the spot. I just
Okay.
had to rip it when I got home and then give it away to someone, which I had a whole lineup for people that wanted it.
I bet
Shocking.
you
I
did. I was
bet.
gonna say, I
Yeah.
hope you didn't throw it in the trash because
I
it
wanted to
probably
burn
was.
it. Yeah.
You're giving me
Oh,
wicked ideas now, and I'm not gonna give in to them. I will not give in to them.
A
Not.
puff pastry you send me
I will
has Taylor
send you.
Swift's face
That's
on it
right. I will
well,
send you
you
puff
do
pastry without any Taylor Swift reference.
with the
no, but
janky eyes,
you
though.
you do like the spruce tips. You like
Oh
spruce
yeah,
tips.
the spruce
So you
tips
can
are
actually
amazing.
subtly, you could do a subtle reference to the spruce trees.
That's true. Ah,
Okay.
Yeah. See?
ideas are flowing.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to superimpose Taylor Swift's face. I love the idea of putting the janky eyes on it. On the
Have her
puppy.
look all cracked out. Then I'd
It'll be
like her.
like, all right, perfect. Okay, before
Oh,
we wrap up, do you have a baking scrap for us? So a tip or a trick that you would want to share with people to help them with their baking?
Ah, my biggest thing has always just been have fun with it.
Yeah.
Like if something's not going well, which it doesn't a lot of times for even the best of the best bakers, like just roll with it, have fun with it. You're working with, natural products and stuff. It's not a cookie cutter assembly line, but yeah, I think having fun with it and trusting in your ingredients and your method and
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess maybe that might be a good scrap.
I
Yeah,
think it's a great scrap.
I think so.
I think having fun in anything you do in life and finding that joy in whatever you're doing, I think
Except
is a
wearing a Taylor Swift sweater.
There was
even when you're
no joy
wearing a
that day.
Taylor Swift
And it was
sweater.
Christmas
Sorry to
Eve
keep bringing
too.
it back to that. That was just, it's very funny.
It was Christmas Eve. It was supposed to be so joyful, but no,
Oh
no.
no, they just
Yeah,
sucked, dang,
it
sucking that
happened.
joy. But no, but seriously, I think
Finding the joy.
baking is about joy. It's
Mhm.
Yep,
joy while you're making. It's even more joyful when you are able to share that with other people. And
exactly. Yep.
yeah, and having fun with it is an absolute 100% fabulous baking scrap. So
Yeah,
thank
and
you.
just own it. My biggest thing for like teaching Max, not that I really have to teach him anything anymore, but like if something didn't look the way he wanted it to, my biggest thing is no, it did. Like you own
Yeah,
it, you own what it is, because don't admit to anyone else that it's not supposed to be that color. Own it
Mhm,
and
mhm.
just have fun with it, own it, be confident in yourself, and the world won't know any otherwise. So,
Yeah.
exactly. You're 100% true, or you're right on that, right? And I think learning that lesson at an earlier age is so brilliant, and to be able to impart that wisdom on your son as he's really starting off his little baking endeavor,
yeah.
and hopefully it'll be a lifelong passion for him as it has been for you.
Yeah, I
Is
hope so.
beautiful.
Hey,
Thank
does he
you.
make macarons?
Yeah, I'll send you the photo. So he
Max,
had a school
Max.
project and it was outer space. And he comes home from school. He's like, oh, we have to make like a solar system. I was like, okay, cool. Like, what do you want to make it out of? Paper mache? Like, what are we doing? And he says, no, I want to make something edible. Okay. And then he says, I want to make macarons. And I remember my face was like, no. no, you don't like, no, we're not doing this, are we? And he's like,
Why
well, how hard can they be? Were his words.
Nice.
I'm
All
like, you have
right.
no idea,
not?
buddy, but okay, let's do it. So
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
brought everything out and he did them first try. They had feet, they had, and they
Amazing.
were, he did them all colored and shaped as every single planet. Plus the
Amazing.
sun was a cake, and then all these planets were all different shaped and airbrushed macarons to look like all it was insane.
Wow.
Awesome. So he obviously has your artistic,
Yeah,
um,
yeah, he
yeah,
does. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
So amazing. Like, holy
yeah,
crumb. I hope he
yeah.
aced his project.
Got 100%. It was really
Good
good. Did
work,
a really
Max.
good job. Yeah.
Amazing. And so
Yeah.
did he have different flavors for each of the planets as well, or were they all
I think
similar flavors?
yeah, the cake, like the sun, he did a little mini cake. It was chocolate. And then I think we only did like cookies and cream for the
Yeah,
macarons, like plain shells just to try it. And then a
yeah.
cookies and cream filling. So pretty,
Mm.
pretty mild, but he wants to now dabble and do more. So we'll see.
Nice.
Because that's a
Yeah.
really good name for his business. Max is Max.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, he has it right now. It's baking to the max.
Oh, I
Oh, I
love that.
Is
love
his.
it.
And actually, Steven at his company that he just retired from,
Yes.
he made him a whole bunch of hats with his logo on it, and he
Oh,
like custom
nice.
designed his logo and sent Max a whole bunch of hats and toques and
Oh,
like
that is
just
awesome.
Stephen
who is this
Levitt,
guy?
why are you
I
so
know,
What
amazing?
a
I
guy.
know,
Oh, I
I know.
love him to
Love
pieces.
Stephen.
We love you,
Such a
Stephen.
good human. Yeah, we are
Is.
all
Really
so
good human.
fortunate, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
are.
we are
Yeah.
so lucky to know him.
Yes. Yeah.
Can't wait for both of you to have a chance to give him a hug
Right?
in real life because
Well, when we find it, I mean, we should just do it all, have a live podcast of all of us and be all together.
That
So we
would
that
be
can,
sounds
wonderful.
really good to
yeah,
me.
that'd
Yeah.
be fun.
I like
Yeah.
that
Yes.
idea.
I like it
Yeah.
too. Well, we keep throwing around this idea of doing a cross country tour, baking scraps tour. And, aside from the fact that we wouldn't be able to have everybody all together all at once, we'd be able to have several little groups. And I think that would be
Mhm.
really fun. Yeah.
Mhm.
That would
We'd,
be, I mean, that's its own TV show. That should be.
right?
That's
That's what my husband
incredible. That'd be
said.
awesome.
My
Yeah.
husband's always thinking about these different ways we can, turn this into a moneymaker. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
well, any
probably never going to
production
happen, but we're
companies,
having a blast.
yeah,
So.
any casting directors or production companies happen to be watching us, call us.
That would be, you guys are so good though. Like that would be so fun. And just like even do it as surprises where you just show up at people's houses in
Yes.
like this crazy RV and then we bake something in the
Like
RV
crazy.
all together.
Yes. Hey, it
That would be
Oh
sounds
my,
great.
great.
that would
He
be
wants
fun.
to fly. So,
Well, an RV, I'm not opposed to a nice little RV. That's,
there's one
Yeah.
in the
kitted out.
driveway. We have a motorhome in the
Mhm.
driveway
There
here.
you go. Perfect.
You can kit that
Perfect.
out and hey, I could do that.
Okay.
I could do that. It's
Plans are
not
in the
Still
works.
stay at hotels in the night though, but just drive the motorhome.
Yeah,
So you
I
get
would
best of
like
both.
that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
I think
Yeah.
we can come up with a proposal and submit it
Do
to
it.
some
I endorse it. I'll pitch
TV.
$5.
Oh,
There,
$5. Thank you.
You can have my sweater. I'll track it down. You can wear my sweater. Do a Christmas special.
I'll totally wear your sweater.
You
Well,
wear the
actually,
sweater. 'Cause
Lisa, you might because you're a big
no,
Swiftie. I'm like,
that
I
is
don't mind
my
her
least
music, but
favorite Taylor Swift song
Yeah,
ever.
you don't even like the song.
The Taylor Swift songs I like are the ones where she ventures into hard rock or like very melancholy stuff. Like I
hmm.
don't like the da 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 da.
Yeah.
No, no,
Oh, you
no,
don't
no,
like Opalite?
no.
No.
I will dance to it
Yeah, there you go.
because
You're the K-pop Demon Hunters lover song people,
yes.
right?
Well, because
So
it's
there's
good
not that much.
music. That's different.
My boys never wanted to watch that movie. It's
Really?
I told them, I said, you should just watch it so you know what this craze is about. And they're like,
Yeah.
nope, nope.
Yeah,
So
and it
I
won the
don't know
Academy
anything about
Award.
K-pop.
My
What's that?
friend,
It won the Academy Award actually for the
Yeah.
song. Golden was
yeah,
the best
Golden.
song, and they also won Best Animated
Oh,
Movie.
did they?
It
Yeah.
was
Wow.
really well
Wow.
done, I gotta say. I mean, my friend Dina, who introduced me to the Great British Bake Off, and therefore started this whole entire journey, she
Yeah.
also told me, "Oh, you have to watch K-pop Demon Hunters." So I was like,
Okay.
"Well, I trust you now." So I watched
Well,
it.
yeah.
And
Got
then
track record.
my husband at one point started watching it on Netflix just so that he would see if I would come running out of the bedroom to sing the song because he had it on really loud. And of course, I'm like, la they come out singing. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go to bed now. And he just kept watching. He watched the whole
Oh,
thing
you got
by
hooked?
himself.
Yeah.
He really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Nice.
So
Hey,
apparently it's a
maybe
good
one day I'll
thing.
watch it. Because we do so many cakes at work that's K-pop Demon
Oh,
Hunters, like
I
of course,
bet.
right? It's such a whole thing right now.
Yeah.
But and all the girls at work have seen it. I'm the only one that hasn't. So maybe one night I'll sit
Yeah.
down and watch
You
it.
just be in the right frame of mind for it. But yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. Yeah.
Good.
Have some
there you go.
popcorn or, some puff pastry if it ever shows up at your house.
Yes, I'm holding you on that. That'll
I
be
know. Now
amazing.
that I've told you,
I
it's like,
know.
now I'm gonna
Every
do it.
day
I
I'll
have
shoot
to
you a
do it.
message.
And
Where?
trying to,
Oh,
yeah, please do. I'm just trying to figure out packaging. That's all. I just want to make sure that it gets to you in one piece and.
Talk to Steven. I don't know how he does it.
Yeah.
Because that day, like, I didn't know he was sending me anything. And I'm a notorious Amazon shopper, like a lot of us, right? So coming home to a parcel on my porch is pretty common.
Yeah.
But that day I had nothing. I hadn't bought anything. I had no one arriving at the house. And there was just this vague brown box on the porch. And my brain, with all the horror movies I've watched, I'm like, well, this is it. This is how you go. You're gonna open this, and either a creature is gonna come out, a bomb, or something. And I remember, I think I got on the phone with my mom, and I was like, "There's a box." And I don't even think he put his return, or there was like he didn't have his name on it. He just had his
Just the
company name.
address.
oh,
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And so I didn't know who it was. I mean, I should have put two and two together, but it was more fun to worry I was gonna get exploded. But yeah,
That's
and then I
too
opened it, and it's
funny.
bloody cake with all this dry ice. It was crazy. It was
oh,
so good. Yeah.
Oh,
what a
yeah,
sweet, sweet man.
that was impressive. Yeah. I mean,
Right?
this whole entire podcast is not just us telling you, how much we appreciate, admire, and adore your baking, but we're also talking about how much we appreciate, admire, and adore Stephen Lovett.
That's
And
fair. Yeah,
Andre. Let's
exactly.
not forget Andre.
Andre,
Andre's
and
really
Oh, I love
really
good.
like all
everybody. Yeah.
bakers are just really good people, I
Yes.
find. Like I
Yeah.
don't think we've met a baker or had any contact with a baker that wasn't gracious and kind and supportive and just, wonderful human beings. And I think that's at the core. Like if you're a
Especially
baker,
Canadian.
yeah,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
well, and some of our international guests that we've had. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true.
everybody has just been so wonderful, so loving, so kind. It's a really special community, and
It is.
and we
Yeah.
all, we all have this passion for baking up these treats that we can share with the world and share with our friends and family. And yeah, it's a very special thing. It's a very special connection.
It's so true. Yeah. Yeah. You guys should get Anne Marie on there. You'd have a
Actually, we
really
should.
fun time with her. Yeah.
Yeah.
We still talk, her and I, like a lot of us, we still obviously keep in touch a lot, but
Yeah.
like Anne Marie and I every day, just like Stephen and I,
Oh,
we keep in touch really well. And she's hilarious. You'd
I would
really have
love
fun
to
with
have
her.
her on the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, let her know that we are interested, and Christina will try to
Yes, I will reach
reach
out.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, well,
that would be
yeah, it
fabulous.
would be fun. It would be really fun. Her baking, like from when she was on the show, her stuff was incredible then too, but like she's really honed in and like amplified her talent. It's incredible, her work now. So
Oh,
yeah,
amazing. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you. Yeah, we'll definitely get in
So
touch with
good.
her. That'd be great.
Nice.
Well, this has
Well,
been so much fun.
Thank you
thank you
guys so
so
much for
much.
having me.
Thanks for joining us. Like I said, we've been huge fans of yours from week one of Great Canadian Baking Show season 2. And, so wonderful to actually finally get a chance to have a chat and connect and see what you've been up to. And so happy for you.
Thank
So
you.
happy that your son Max is following in his mom's footsteps, and
Yeah,
wait to see more of his bakes. So maybe if he's okay with it, maybe you can share some on your
yeah,
website before he gets a business site of his own going
I
on
will. I will
Instagram.
for sure. Yeah,
Oh,
thank
that's
So cool.
you.
awesome.
Yeah,
Thanks so much, Megan. Keep
thank
it
you.
classy and chaotic.
That's right. I'll try my darndest. Thank you guys very much.
Wonderful.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your
Yeah.
day.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
I'm still fangirling. It's
Oh
so
my goodness,
silly because she's
so
a
awesome.
lovely, normal human being, and I'm just like, it's Megan.
She's not normal. She's exceptional.
Okay, there we go. She's just an exceptional human. Well, okay. There's rhyme and reason to my fangirling. No, I love how she's so down to earth and very
Mhm.
happy to chat with us, and she seemed as happy and excited about chatting with us as we were about chatting
Oh,
with her.
it's so wonderful. And
Yeah.
I love that her son Max is just he's out there and he's making macarons for a school project if he's not made them before. Like
Let's just make some planets out of macarons and then,
I love
airbrush them.
that.
I
I love
know.
that. I love that. I love that, and I think it speaks a lot to, your kids watch you all the time. And if you can instill some of that passion in these young people like
Mhm.
early on and they can take it and run with it, I think
Mhm.
is just so beautiful and
Mhm.
wonderful. And
Yeah,
yeah. So and
I
he's
agree.
12 making macarons. Holy man. I think I was still
Yeah.
using box mixes at that stage.
At 12, I hadn't even tried baking anything. Are you kidding me? Yeah, no.
So
Oh, my easy bake oven. So those are
yeah,
definite box mixes, very
yeah,
tiny little box
tiny
mix
little box mixes. And I think you gotta
packet.
wonder about those easy bake ovens and how many people they actually inspired to bake. Because
Yes.
that really is probably for a lot of kids, their first foray into being
Hmm.
in like a kitchen, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So
Yeah.
and baking up something and
Yeah.
yeah, and there's something I mean so cool about transforming flour, well, or a mix. Even though you mix it with water, I think that's all you need it to
Water,
do.
eggs, you put eggs in it. You can put
Yeah,
oil in it. Yeah, often they ask
yeah.
for eggs and oil. Yeah.
But to be able to transform, flour, butter, egg, sugar into something so good and delicious
Mhm.
and comforting,
Beautiful.
right? There's
Hmm.
it's magic.
It is.
Baking
It's
is
really magic.
magic.
I agree,
So
100%.
much fun and so
But
much fun.
what I really now have been thinking is how much I really, really, really want us to do a cross-country tour
That would be a lot of
so
fun.
badly. I think it would be amazing. And every time, we've had these conversations with people and then we've gotten to meet them in real life, it's just, to me, I am always surprised by how they know us, they remember us, they're so happy to see us, like
Mhm.
meeting Dan and
Mhm.
Jen and Joe at the finale party and how they
Yep.
were just like, ah, or
And
Marcus, when we saw Marcus at the auditions,
even like Jen's mom.
Jen's
Remember Jen's
mom.
mom? It
She
was
was so
like
excited to meet us. Just the
they were
the
so
whole
sweet.
the whole fact that we're doing this because we love baking, we love all these bakers that we've watched on TV, and we want to be able to get to know them a little bit. But I kind of forget that they're getting to know us through our
Mhm.
show and that they might find us entertaining or interesting or, want to have this friendship with us. And it feels so good when people, see us in person and are like, "Oh, yay, I'm so glad we finally get to meet you." And I want more of that. I think it would
Yeah.
be amazing for us to be able to do that. So,
Yeah, and I'm super excited to meet them in person or
yeah.
even online like we do, right?
Mhm.
And just
Yeah.
having those connections and having those conversations and being able to give them a forum to share their stories a little bit
Yeah.
more to people, so they can get to know them a little bit more. I think is so special, and we talk about this all the time. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be able to do this with you,
Yeah.
and making those connections and meeting all these incredible people
Mhm.
who were first and foremost amazing human beings, let alone how incredibly talented and creative and just inspiring they all are.
Yes. Whoa, why is it echoing so much? I
I
hope
don't know.
I hope you guys aren't hearing that horrible echo. But anyway, I agree with you 100%. And I think since I've already taken time off in case I potentially got on the show this year, if I don't get on the show this year, if you don't get on the show this year, maybe we can use that period of time to do some traveling together.
Maybe we'll see what our schedules bring for sure.
Yeah, that would be amazing. Well, thank you, Megan, for joining us. And thank you,
Yes.
everybody, for coming and watching, listening, hanging out with us again for another hour and a half of your time. Whether it's on your commute or you're sitting, standing in your kitchen doing some baking, anything like that. We are so happy to have you along for the ride. Please
Mhm.
don't forget to like, to subscribe, to share with people. Just get the word out there because you know what? This is a really great baking community, and we are so proud to be part of it and so honored and happy to be able to bring bakers to you that you may not have heard of or you want to know more about. and just help us get the word out there. That would be amazing. So, Christina,
Absolutely.
thanks
Yeah.
for joining me.
No, well, thank you. Thank you for joining me.
What a ride.
It's been such a great ride, and I'm looking forward to continuing to do this for a long, long while with you.
Me too. All right,
So
everybody.
cool. Anyway,
Thanks so much.
until next week, happy
Happy
baking.
baking. We said that at the same time.
That's good.
That was really
Really good.
good.